Hi, it's Marina the Soul Alchemist. It's time for Pick Your Own Card weekly guidance for the 10th through to the 16th of March. So I am using the Akashic Oracle card deck, which is a modality in a box. It comes with a key that you can turn into a pendulum to activate karmic healing. It comes with a free masterclass also to get you started. And let me tell you, this is a healing modality as well as an oracle. I know it seems a bit, how can a deck of cards be a healing modality? But trust me, I have had plenty of feedback from people leaving these cards out overnight and karmic shifts happening, energetic shifts happening, things moving in their life, moving in their relationships, moving with their health, feeling lighter, feeling different, and making different decisions and choices. And these cards have portals of healing and connection to the Akashic Record. So that's what is going on with these cards. And it's a journey of discovery for me because I didn't know what I was created when these cards were made. But you know that's what makes it exciting for me as well. So we've got a beautiful week. We've got a full moon in Virgo on Friday. So I would encourage you to use that moon, use the rituals that we use with the moon to help shift any energy, get your pendulum out. If you've got these cards, pull a card, find out what card is allowing me to activate some healing by having the card out for 24 hours and see what card you pull. Obviously, you can tap into the card energy, see what wisdom and insights you're being given from the card. And it may not be the most obvious thing. That's why you've got to tap into it and use your intuition, use your gifts, and then just ask for the card, ask for the healing to come through the card, and just have it nearby. And then just notice what shifts, what changes over the coming days, coming weeks, and keep going back to using that card or pull a different card. But you can use these cards as a healing tool. If you haven't got a card deck, then check out the link in the description or in the comments. And if you have, let me know in the comments that you're going to start to use, or let me know that you've started to use the cards in this way and start sharing some results with me. I would love to hear. So this is a relationship special. And I'm going to encourage you to listen to all cards because this is a journey this week. Your focus obviously is the main card that you've picked, but there is definitely a journey through the cards this week. So if you've not picked your card, tune into cards 1, 2, or 3. And I'm going to reveal the messages, themes, and energies. The bonus card is kind of like it's almost like the outcome that you get to by the end of the week if you can kind of follow these steps. It is like a 4-step process to the optimal relationships. Now, when we say relationships, it's relationships of all kinds. I would focus on the relationship that feels the most perhaps challenging or where you want to see the biggest shift or growth. Don't forget yourself. It could totally be with yourself that you want to have this shift of relationship where you have a deeper respect and kind of understanding, compassion, and empathy for yourself, self-love, self-care, whatever it might be. That might be the most important relationship that you focus on this week. However, there could be some relationships that are quite dramatic, and you would like to maybe lessen the drama, lessen the peace, or maybe be able to step into a space of independence, more empowerment, more sovereignty for yourself. I don't know why I'm whispering there. My voice dropped. Interesting. Anyway, so this is where you need to start with card 1. If you are card 2, card 3 is your main focus, please come back to card 1 because this for me is the starting point. I will remind card 2 and card 3 as we go through the reading. So it's vision and ambition. And it's interesting, we've got this beautiful sphere, which for me feels a little bit like the full moon, using that full moon energy. So vision and ambition, what do you want your relationships to look like? Or just focus on the one relationship because we don't want to overwhelm ourselves and then not do any reflection, not do any like perhaps realignment or anything like that, taking action, embodied action. So focus on the one relationship and what would you like that in an ideal world, which we can tap into, we can move the timeline to the ideal. What does that look like? Put some thought into it, put some feeling into it, understand why you want that relationship to shift and align. Without the why, then there's no emotional connection. It's doing a paper exercise and there's no meaning behind it. This vision and ambition card is full of potential, it's full of hope, it's full of opportunity, it's the new dawn, it's new chapters. So this is what you've got an opportunity to create, but you've got to put that feeling, that why into it. Why is it important to me to have this change, this shift? Because that's the thing that keeps you going when it feels hard, when you're resisting it, when you're giving yourself an excuse not to follow something through or have the difficult conversation or put the boundary in. You've got to remember why it's important for you and really delve into that why, because the more meat on the bones, as it were, that you can put onto that why, the more important it is going to feel. And it's like, no, this is non-negotiable. I have to do this because this is my why. This is where the shift and the change and the transformation happens. This is where I have my breakthrough. But the why needs to happen. The why is the crystal ball. It's in your hands and it's like you can feel it. You can feel the weight of it. You can feel the outside, the hardness maybe of the crystal ball or whatever it's made of. It could be an orb, so it's just a ball of light. But you've really got to just really connect in with that. Connecting with that intention, connecting with that why, in the same way that you could feel that crystal ball there and you're moving it forward and it's like you're holding it up to the light and it's like I can see my dreams, I can see my future through it. Really go into that, apply that to the intention, the vision and the ambition. That's your starting point for one relationship that you want to shift and change. And it might be the smallest tweak, but it will have the biggest impact. That's okay. It doesn't matter how big this vision and ambition is. It's just make a start on something, but connect a why to it. So what I would suggest is make a bit of a ritual from this. Let's have our candles out. Let's get our journal and our nice pen out. Maybe a little bit of the Akashic Ascension aura spray, so we can connect in with our guides really easily and just add this high frequency, high vibrational energy through the crystals and the botanics and Archangel Metatron and Merlin that are in this particular blend to help you do the vision, do the ambition, but connect to the why. Why is it important to me? Why is this becoming a non-negotiable? So set it up as a ritual space, an activity that you spend a bit of time on, because that in itself is really establishing that this feels important to you because you're giving yourself time and space. So that's, you're written into the Akashic records, you're setting it into the timelines, you're telling your guides in the universe, this is important to me because I'm actually making time and space for it. But it also just feels a bit more, a bit more exciting, like the candles, do all of the things, get your essences out. You may want to spin your pendulum, maybe do a magical spell that connects with it as well, just to kind of support you. Maybe a bit of candle magic, whatever it is that you want to do. Vision and ambition, relationship. So that's your card one. If you have picked card two as your main focus, please go listen to card one because that's your foundational piece that you need to do before you get to card two. So card two is your main focus. It's your authentic self. So we've set the vision and ambition. We know why we want to change a particular dynamic within a relationship. It could be ourselves, it could be somebody else. And this is going to be part of your why. This is why you need to go and do card one and listen to that and actually do the process. Because what it's going to reveal and what it's allowing you to then have time and space with is for your authenticity to come through. And you probably will find as part of the why that you ask yourself, part of that why will be because I want to be more authentic. I want to be more true to myself. I don't want to feel like I need to hide away or be something that I'm not, because I'm evolving, I'm growing, and I want to be able to express myself in that way. It feels a little bit of a sham. It feels stifling because I can't do that. I'm changing myself, putting on different masks to please others, and I'm tired of it. That's what's likely to come through. So if that any of that is resonating with you, if that's what you feel is coming up for you in your experience at the moment, you need to go underneath that whilst you're doing that little bit of why work with the vision and ambition, and ask yourself why. Why is that? What are you fearing? Is it loss? Is it judgment, criticism? What is driving the fact that you don't feel that you can't be authentic? Do you not feel safe in being authentic? And what this reveals is that there may be some hidden fears, some trauma, little t trauma, that can be released from your Akashic records, from your energetic being, from your physical being. You would be able to release some of that by listening to one of the meditations that I've got on my YouTube channel, going to work with, go and listen to some other meditations, work with somebody specifically on that. But until you start to question, where is this fear coming from? What am I scared of in terms of my authenticity? What does even my authenticity look and feel like? You may not even have that insight. And so this is the invitation to actually ask yourself, if I could just be true to me, and it's not going to upset anybody, and I'm not going to lose anybody, and everybody's going to absolutely love the authentic me. What does that look like? Who are you? Who are you truly? And that might just need a bit of digging and a bit of, shining the light, full moon on Friday. So shining your light on your authentic self. And what we can find is that our authentic self is shifting, it's changing as we get older, as our interests change, we're evolving in the ascension process. We're understanding more, we're becoming more conscious, more aware of what's going on. So our authenticity in terms of those layers, they shift and they change, and that's okay. And you might find that there's more authentic parts that come online as well, and that's okay. So this might be just literally a review of, is there any other authentic pieces that I've kept suppressed, kept hidden away, that I'm now ready to celebrate, now ready to bring forward, that haven't had an opportunity before because I didn't actually realize. For some people that maybe had the childhood conditioning around creativity and self-expression, and you're good at art, or what you're doing, singing and dancing, that's for girls. And I'm talking mainly for boys there. From my generation, that would have been something that would have been definitely said. It's like, what you into all of that for? That's for girls. And that could have been dance and things like that. And so that might be the thing that is now coming online, that is part of your soulful divine self-expression, but it's been kept away. So you might find that there's just those bits and pieces, gifts and talents, where the authentic piece of you is now ready to come out, and it's like, oh right, okay, I need to acknowledge that, and maybe start to nurture it with a course, or just a bit of information, and finding a bit more about that part of you. So this is definitely relationship with self, but also your authentic self with others, into the wider, like partners, family, siblings, friends, colleagues, clients. So where can you step more into your authenticity and more into your visibility? Got to keep coming back to this card one in order to support you with that in terms of your why. Why is it important? Why does it need to become a non-negotiable for you to step into that? Okay, so we're coming on to card three. Just to pause here, I'm using the Akashic Oracle card deck, which is a modality in a box. It obviously gives you support with being able to give oracle readings and give forecasts and read energy, but it also is a healing modality as well. I know it's a bit strange to say that from an oracle card deck, but there's actually 49 portals that support healing in that deck of cards as well. If you want to understand a bit more about that, please do reach out to me and I will share more about what I have discovered about those cards as well. So, card 3. If you are card 3 is your main focus, please go and listen to cards 1 and cards 2 because these are all building. This is a journey this week. Of course, you can listen to just this card, but it's not going to make as much sense and you're not going to get as much out of it if you haven't listened, if you've kind of skipped the other 2 cards. So, of course, karmic relationships. It's a relationship special. And so we have karmic relationships. For me, this does feel like a karmic relationship that needs to be realigned or released. And but some of you will be like, oh my God, we go straight into fear and panic. Don't go into fear and panic. There's no need for it. Everything can be done in a very gentle and graceful way, and it can take time. That's perfect. And it can be done in the most graceful and beautiful and loving way, with, realizations coming forward. But this feels like it's just recognizing where there's a relationship, connection. Again, it can be family, friends, partner, colleagues, even past, literally it could be past lives, but it could also be somebody from your past, but in this lifetime. And there's an energetic thread where they're holding on. They don't want to let go. And so that can feel like you're being held back, that you can't expand fully or grow, or even in this case, move on because they are holding on. And it might be that you're trying to release that subconsciously, unconsciously, but they're holding on. And you may not even be aware of that. So I am going to tag for this card, but to support you with all of these cards, a meditation, Akashic healing meditation that deals with karmic relationships, and releasing those threads, those tags, those ties, those cords. So is there somebody that instantly pops to your mind when I've said that? Trust that intuition because that will be the person. Again, this is knowing, unknowingly, or it may be very conscious. We don't need to put any judgment around that. Whoever's come to your mind, that is going to be the energetic thread that is there. Somebody that is holding on tight, and they're holding on tight because there's fear around letting go. Who are they going to be with that person, without them in their life, perhaps, or with more distance? If this is somebody from your past, present, or past lives, then there's going to be less of an awareness around that, but then maybe just feel like there's a stuckness in your relationships and you're not able to kind of maybe move past a certain thought pattern, belief, or the type of relationship that you are attracting and experiencing. A certain type of relationship that kind of comes in, whether it's a friendship or otherwise, client relationship. There will be something that kind of connects them all together. And it might be because this relationship that's not letting go also holds those same traits, personality, mindset, energy, So listen to the meditation and allow the energetic release, again, to be done with love and grace. It can be done in a very gentle, very loving way. There also could be fear. If there's somebody that straight away, there could be fear from your side that you don't want them to let go and you don't want to let go. So again, what I would ask you is, are you being your authentic self in that relationship, in that connection? Are you allowed, do you feel comfortable with being in your authentic self? And does it form part of the healthy, beautiful, loving, encouraging, supportive 5D co-creative relationship? Does it fit in any of that camp, those categories? And if it doesn't, ask yourself, what are you getting from that relationship then? Why are you so invested in staying in something that perhaps isn't for your highest good? What are you getting from it? Because then there is a secondary gain that you are getting from that. And maybe you need a little bit more honesty about what that is. And is there another way that you can have your needs met, your desires met, your wants met, without maybe, the kind of like less aligned relationship or connection. So, karmic relationships. Very interesting cards, all make sense. Do let me know if this is making any sense to you. As I say, I'm just channeling this through. And we now go to the final card. This is where we find ourselves. If we are navigating, we're doing a little bit of this work or self-reflection, we are setting our vision and ambition, just maybe having a reflection of where our authenticity is and are we fully in that? What can we let go of here? Who's holding on too tightly? Is it this lifetime, another lifetime? Are we going to do the meditation to release whatever we can, the energetic bond there? And what we step into, what we allow from an energetic and space perspective. This is with ourselves, this is with others, collective, individuals, unconditional love. It's a fabulous week for relationships. So we're going through a journey, but this ultimately is where we're coming back to, and is that is having unconditional love for ourselves so that we can ripple that energy, that way of being, in terms of the ascension process, our connection to our soulful selves, connection to our, physical body, having this more nurturing, healthy relationship, really creating and establishing that and recognizing what we need to do to support that and to encourage it and to create it. When we're doing that with ourselves, we are placing that ripple, that intention out into the cosmos, out into the collective, and other people start to do the same. But also we then have that same regard for each other. So we're creating all of this new wiring, these new timelines, these new connections in the quantum field through the kind of collective web of energy and light. We're putting these ripples of unconditional love through there, but we have to feel it ourselves. Best way of feeling unconditional love, I've found, is to have pets. And I think that's one of the reasons why we have pets, and we are definitely in the UK, we're massive lovers of pets. And I think it is the easy way to actually be able to give and receive unconditional love. And it teaches us unconditional love. And then obviously when we have an experience of that and we can embody it because we know what it feels like both ways, then it makes us more adept and able to actually give that to a person as well. Obviously, a person is quite different to a pet. I recognize that. But that is an easy way. For some people, it would be nature, going out into nature, Mother Nature, and having the unconditional love, for the elements, or like sacred practices, yoga, all of those types of things. There's an unconditional love that can start to really be nurtured through those things. Newborn babies, there is just that unconditional love. When you look into a baby's eyes for the first time, and it's like, oh my God, the awe and the wonder that is there. It's just amazing, So this is what we have available to us to connect in at any time. However, by the end of the week, this is more available to us, and it's that deep connection with ourselves first and foremost. But you may find that there is a shift and a change with the intentional relationship that you placed at the beginning of the week. So it's a great spread. Let me know how this is landing for you. Let me know if you've got any questions. And if you want any more information about the Akashic Oracle card deck or the membership that you can now step into, it's a non-rolling at any time. The Akashic Magic Circle, that's a training membership. So it helps you to go deeper with the cards, the key pendulum, charts. We've got different themes that we're stepping into each month. And March is our first full month, so it's all about awakening your inner oracle. It's stepping into the sovereignty of your intuition, recognizing what your intuition is, your clair gifts are, and really owning those without any insecurities or doubts. This is the foundational month for us to expand from that point onwards. So, love and blessings, everybody. I hope you have a beautiful week. Enjoy that full moon in Virgo, and I will see you next week. Love and blessings. Bye.